nothing, but I tapped on a lot of times.
This.
Good evening, or good afternoon, or good morning.
Or one of those.
And welcome to the Emmaus Bible College Computer Information Systems podcast, our first one. So, what in the world are we doing here, guys?
What are we doing, Jensen?
That's a great question.
Since it is the CIS podcast and we are the computer major, we are talking about computers and other such things of that nature and things that other students in our major would enjoy.
Hopefully, we talk about relevant things.
Should we introduce ourselves?
That would probably be a good idea.
I think it's best if nobody knows who I am.
Can we all just be anonymous for this? Depending on how well this goes. My name is John Smith. I'm from Kentucky.
So you're
I am
borrowing the
James
doctor.
Smith.
You're borrowing the name of the doctor. Hi, I'm Josh, and I'm the host of this podcast.
And you are a...
I am a senior in the CIS major. So.
Go.
Hello, I'm Seth Meyers. I've been asked to be on this podcast. I am a sophomore here at Emmaus in the Computer Information Systems program.
And I am Ed Allstead. I'm not a senior in the Computer Information Systems degree, but I'm really cool. I'm Stephen Elliot. I'm currently the department chair of the Computer Information Systems program here at Emmaus Bible College, which means that I get to decide who graduates and who doesn't. So,
all right.
I brought dessert.
A+. Bit out of it.
There's only 2 bites out of it.
It's like what, apple, cinnamon, something.
You got to butter
But anyway,
it.
I know we need to probably also introduce what the college is and what stuff
Yeah,
about
let's-
it. So
let's probably-
let's go there.
Okay.
As a starting point.
So yeah, talking about computer information systems, for those of you guys who aren't familiar with Emmaus Bible College or what the computer information systems degree is here at Emmaus, figured we'd talk a little bit about that. And then, I guess you guys being students in the program can comment on how it's going. I was actually a student in the program 6 years ago.
Wow.
Nope, 7 years ago. It's 2017.
I keep forgetting how soon it is for you.
7 years ago, I think I installed my first copy of Ubuntu.
Wow.
I think it
Was it
2010.
version, so
Goodness.
10, or was it 9.4, 9.10?
Might have been in the 9s, I think. I don't
man,
remember.
the single digits
maybe 10,
of Ubuntu.
Maybe
A
10.
junior in high school.
So I started Emmaus when Ubuntu was on version 6. So, yeah, that was my first 6.06 and 6.10.
What was the name of the 6? Do you remember the animal?
I have no
six
clue.
is all around.
I feel like there was a herring in there somewhere.
That makes sense.
Anyway.
H's.
I was a student in the program a while ago. It's changed a little bit since I've started teaching in it. I guess the first thing we talk about is that Emmaus, of course, all the degrees at Emmaus are double majors. Mm-hmm. So both CIS and Bible. It's not just computer information systems, but it's computer information systems and Bible. And Josh, you're loving that part right now, right?
Yeah. My 3 attempts at the first semester, that's a different story for a different time.
I was thinking more about your Theo 4 paper.
That's also a thing where got done Monday morning. The day was due, and it's been an interesting week thus far.
It got done. That's excellent.
Yeah, it got done. That is all that matters.
So double major with Bible. The CIS program itself, there's several different options to get through the Computer Information Systems program. We have 3 tracks: programming and design, networking and security, and systems management. With Josh, you're in the programming and design track.
Programming and design, yep.
Planning on networking and security.
Planning on networking and security. And then we also do have a computer science degree, which is separate from the computer information systems degree. So maybe we should completely rebrand this to the computer studies podcast.
Well, there goes that intro that I spent a little bit of time animating.
We'll call it the CIS podcast.
Because that's the name of the major.
But anyway, computer science as well, which is really just the programming track plus a minor of mathematics included in it. So if you really love math, computer science is definitely the place for you.
And if you really love math, we will pray for you.
We'll pray for you either way.
I mean,
We're gonna pray more if you really love it.
probably should have been praying for me earlier because like I don't hate math, but like once you get to like calc or pre-calc, that's when I'm like, no, go away.
Oh, man, you got it at 7:30 every morning. We're doing Calc 2 right
Which
now.
is really
Yeah,
the best
no,
time to do calculus.
That's right,
You
it
know, I don't know how you guys survive. Like
Here at Emmaus, our
smart
early
things.
classes are Greek, calculus. Do we have any others?
The really hard stuff. that's
Accounting,
thing.
financial accounting, in the
Accounting.
business department. That's a good one.
So
Keeping
all
track
of
of so
those-
many numbers at
Right,
once.
all of those
Why?
really light, non-intellectual classes.
like trying to kill us or something.
Dave Glock does not teach any classes at 7:30.
No, I don't think so. Not to my knowledge.
So, anyway, getting back to the program. So we talked about the tracks, the two different programs that we have. We also do have a minor. So for students who want to do like a business degree or counseling psych and also want to minor in computer information systems, they can do that. And it's pretty much our core classes. So I think we have one minor student right now who just started. He's a business major who's also a CIS minor. So it'd be fun to watch him go through that.
That'll be
Excellent.
interesting.
Hope he does well. He's in logical
You
analysis
know
right
who you
now.
are.
Well,
Maybe. I don't know.
hi, Nate. Yeah. Anyway, so talking about the fact that Emmaus the fact that it is a double major with Bible and with computers, it takes a couple people off guard. The first year is mostly Bible, but a couple of computer classes. And so the first year, they want you to get your Bible certificate. So you take OT 1 and 2 and New Testament survey, survey of doctrine, Christian life and Bible study, all that fun stuff. But you really only take like fundamentals of computer literacy, which is like a Microsoft Office class,
it's
and
like
then logical
just all the
analysis.
basic
Create this
things.
Microsoft Office document.
Yeah.
You know, I went into that class actually thinking I wouldn't learn anything, and that wasn't really true. I knew a good amount of the material, but it ended up being super helpful for Excel and Microsoft Access. Still have not used Microsoft Access, nor will I probably. But it's a good introduction to databases, which is important.
Had you even heard of Access before that
I
class?
knew the name,
Okay.
but I had
Like,
no idea what it did. It
Like,
could
I
have
never
been
even heard of
anything.
that much.
You could have told me Access did literally anything, and I probably would have believed you.
Yeah, I probably would have been in that same
Access
boat.
allows you to connect to the internet.
Yeah.
I mean, that would kind of make sense.
I use that all the time.
Yeah, best browser ever. 10 out of 10.
Blue A, and double click on it. Yeah.
Access is a web browser. Ooh.
Well, I mean, that would be. If only web browsers were as hard to use as Microsoft Access, wouldn't the world be a better place? I feel like that would filter out
Oh,
Well,
a lot of people.
go back and forth on whether I love the internet or hate the internet.
But really,
right now.
I mean, Microsoft Excel was terrifying to me before that class, and now I love it. Like, I get excited.
Now, do you use Excel for like keeping track of your grades with conditional formatting? And
I've
all of
not
that?
grades, but I've used it for many things. You can track daily activities. I've done budgets. I've done budgets for friends. It's great.
Yeah, I have all of your guys' grades in an Excel spreadsheet.
Yeah.
and I calculate your grades real time, and then I have conditional formatting that changes the color of your name
Seth,
based
you
on
are
how
a
well you're
pink
doing.
student.
you're a fake. No,
So
okay.
yeah, it's just green, yellow if you go below a B, all of a sudden you go yellow, and if you get into the CD range, all of a sudden you go red.
dear.
And then I start sending you emails like, hey, you need to do better in this
no,
stuff.
see,
But if you
like,
go above,
Dear so-and-so,
above-
you are a red student, and we need to talk.
no, if you go above an A plus, so 100%
Right.
and above, do you know what color you are then?
Purple. Blue.
Blue.
Blue. There you go.
Yeah, I knew it.
Blue.
Yep. As
But
soon as you
no,
go
like,
above.
I
Mr. Elliott's favorite color is blue.
I feel like I should probably be using Excel a little bit more, but like I currently only use it for like a packing list or anything that needs like a giant table, but like that's a waste of it. Excel.
Yeah, it doesn't use any like functions or.
No, like I know my dad uses it, but
Formulas,
like
that's the
me,
word it's
I
going.
Functions
don't.
are where
Like,
it's at.
should I?
Yeah, formulas are where
Probably.
it's at.
Have I gotten there yet? No. But no, like just thinking and backtracking a little bit when we were discussing that first year when we don't have a lot of like computer classes. Like, what is that like? Like what is it like weird at all to you, or is it like? Is like I thought it was a little odd. Like it's like I'm in the computer major and you're giving me no
Right.
computer classes. What are you doing?
It probably, if I had paid better attention when I started out, I think it would have surprised me less.
Okay.
So that's on me. But I mean,
Or on me, because I was the one who was talking to you before you came to Emmaus, like, hey, come to Emmaus.
well, that's okay. Who knows what mental state I was in at that point? But
We were talking about cars the whole time.
We were. I mean, we actually, this room we sat. I haven't been in this room in about 3-4 years because the last time I was in this room, I was with him. He's my advisor before I actually enrolled at Emmaus. So that's kind of.
This room is a very interesting pick for a
and we did talk about cars most of the time. So,
my office was being moved, and so we met here.
Okay.
Where can we meet? That's not my office.
Right. So I mean, that first year, it's right. You're not very heavy on your major related classes, so to speak, for your chosen major. It is very heavy on your Bible major classes. So during that year, you're going to earn a 1-year Bible certificate. So that's kind of the main purpose of that year, and then it also throws in logical analysis, fundamental computers. And that just kind of gets your toes wet for your chosen major.
Right.
And then more intro classes start showing up your second year. Third year, you actually choose your track and do some track specific courses. And then fourth year is when you get things like your final project.
Yeah, and you just stole all my talking points.
Did you really? Meanwhile, I'm just like staring at mine. I'm like,
Yeah, I was going to walk through slowly from year 1 to year 4, but let's just go. We're done.
Let's just go there. Let's go there.
Record time. We're done. Can we go?
No, we
have a
still
seat.
How much
Okay.
longer?
Well,
How long have we been recording?
hours.
Excellent.
10, 12 minutes.
We're doing well, I think.
We're doing well.
No,
so
we're doing
far.
great. So you
first stab at a podcast.
mentioned the intro classes, but before we get to those, I want to back up. So logical analysis is one. I teach logical analysis now. You took it with Mark
I
Woodhouse.
took it with Woodhouse. That was really interesting. If you're watching, which you probably are, because I had a discussion with you about this. It was an interesting class, but it was also fun to try to derail. I'm trying to be not.
Wow.
That might get cut.
I took it with Mark Woodhouse as well, and it was a great class because we did derail quite often from the subject matter. I don't let my
terrible.
students derail me as much.
I never did that.
we were using our logic to derail the class.
So anyway, I get some mixed reviews on whether it's good, now or not. Now, Seth, you've had it with me.
Yes.
Good class.
I thought it was a great class.
I'll give you your $10 later.
Excellent. Appreciate that. No, I thought it was enjoyable. It's definitely challenging. Generally, my mind does not tend to think in a linear progression sort of thought pattern. I'm a bit more like a ball of spaghetti. So that class helped me to kind of straighten out some of those spaghetti strands and get a better hold on some logical thinking. So
I'm glad we straightened you out.
Yeah.
Because I feel like when I had it with that class, like some things helped, but like not everything did, because some things were still a struggle to understand, like the different types of arguments and like when they should be used or something. But it's been a while since I've had that class, so
Yeah. No. Well, feel free. 9:20 Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Come hang out with us.
So instead of taking a nap,
Are you comparing my class to a nap?
no, I'm not saying that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that is usually a time slot of which I go back to my room and take a nap.
I heard a beep. Did
I
we just
did. I
lose a
think we
camera?
might have just lost a camera. So hopefully the other one is still going. And I think we lost that one, but well, that's okay.
Well, we got
tried.
one that's still somehow surviving, and I'm
can
really
just kinda-
surprised.
Yeah, we'll look at that one. It's fine.
That's fine. I'm going to tilt my body
gonna-
just a little bit.
Orient myself as
I've
well.
been staring at that one this whole
I'm
time.
perfectly fine. I have no need.
Okay, so intro class. Let's talk about those real quick.
Right.
So in your second year, you take 4 intro classes, which kind of
Yes.
serve as a springboard to our 3 tracks. So first semester, you've got intro to programming and intro to hardware.
Okay, yeah, visual
Visual
basic.
Basic is the intro to programming
yeah,
class.
okay.
And then the second semester, you have intro to networking and security and intro to operating systems.
Yes.
Now, you're currently in networking and security and intro to operating system.
Yes.
You just finished
The other
VB and
two.
hardware. And Josh, you have taken those in the past.
Yep, I have all.
So
taken all
favorite
those.
classes of those 4?
Oh, that is really hard because
I know Seth's saying that.
shoot. You might want to just go to Seth while I take a minute
So
to ponder
Seth,
because
favorite of those classes so far?
I have, and this isn't just me sucking up, but I've enjoyed both classes like really well. So it's actually legitimately hard for me to pick a favorite, but hardware was really great.
Yeah.
It's my favorite class. So.
Hardware is like, it's my thing. I build computers. I love building computers. I spend hours like putting together parts lists for computers I can't even afford to build because it's fun. You know, it's like shopping for that car you'll never afford because it's only you get to pick all the parts, right?
Yeah.
So that was a blast. We actually got to do some hands-on computer building in that class, which was really great. And it was really cool to see some fellow students who had never even touched any of this hardware, didn't know what any of it was. It was cool to see them go through the same learning process I had, and it was
the
an
aha
enjoyable
moment.
thing. Yeah, the aha moment.
That's why you need RAM.
No.
Exactly, yeah.
Like, not to like copy an answer, but I did enjoy hardware just because I was also one of those people who had never touched like all the physical parts, and to get into that was really interesting. Did you have another one, or did I somehow miss?
I mean, at the same time, I really liked programming because it was something that I thought was really going to scare me. And it was at first. It was kind of scary. I haven't really, prior to that, I hadn't really done any actual programming.
Yeah.
So I learned Visual Basic to an extent, and that it was a tough class, but at one point it just started to click, and I think that was the point where I was working on my final project, which is like completely on your own. It's just like build an application, you decide what it'll do. So I made like a choose your own adventure style game, and I spent probably 30 hours all told.
And we lost both.
So you mentioned hardware, and you mentioned putting together systems that you could not possibly afford. Have you seen the latest Handy Systems laptop? Did I show that to you?
I saw on Daniel Rao's screen.
Yes.
I saw an email about this. It's kind of absurd.
Yeah.
And what inspired this?
Well, so that's currently the top of the line laptop that I can build for a customer. And quickly, since you guys aren't seeing this, I'll run you through the specs. It's a 17.3-inch laptop with a 4K display. It uses desktop GPUs and CPU, so it has not one, but two GTX 1080 desktop versions of the graphics card built in. It has a desktop i7 7700 at 4.5 gigahertz.
Are you talking about
so
your
this
computer?
laptop?
This is not mine. This is the top of the line laptop.
Okay.
64 gigs of RAM, DDR4.
Yep.
8 terabytes.
Oh dear.
Of SSDs.
Oh dear. So this laptop is like the ultimate embodiment of. He was so busy thinking about whether it could be done that he didn't stop to think about whether
What is
it
the most
should.
expensive thing we can put in
More
here?
or less.
How much does it weigh?
It's 10 or 12 pounds. So it's not terrible. It's still portable. Did you see the price tag on it?
What was it? $4,000.
$12,000.
12. Yeah. Okay. What's the power brick look like? Because you're powering two.
It has 2 power adapters.
Do you plug it into 2 outlets?
I have no clue. I haven't actually seen it, but it has 2 power adapters.
I mean, like, I've yet to hear of anything that like requires 2 things. Well, I mean, I'm not
Love my
around a
computer
lot of
here. I
like
need 2 outlets.
company like
Servers
server
usually
like
have
take up
a
2.
redundant power supplies.
Okay.
So anyway, that just a little bit of a hardware tidbit.
The power supply is about the size of an ATX mid tower.
Yeah.
And you just kind of carry that around with it. It contains a UPS as well, so it's just self-contained.
So I do want to talk real quick about tracks, since we talked about second year. So second year is our intro, which launches us into our tracks. And then so our third year, we actually allow the students to select a track, a specialty that they want to get into.
Networking and security.
And we had 7. When I came in, we had 7 different tracks. And we've kind of melded those together so that there's just 3, which is a little bit easier for people to gather than 7 tracks.
Yeah.
And so can you guys really quick just comment on why you chose the tracks that you did?
All right. Because mine is programming and design. I wanted to do that one just because I have enjoyed like making like websites for people and also doing like web stuff, which is going to kind of require some. I want to call it coding, but I feel like it's not the right term. Because like I'm in a PHP class right now, and I've done a lot of stuff with WordPress, and that's what PHP runs on, and so a lot of that intrigues me.
WordPress runs on PHP.
It's right in here, not out, not right. That happens a lot. But that's stuff I've been interested in, and like the design of all that. So, yeah.
Cool. Okay.
So I'm kind of looking at networking and security because there's a lot of hardware. I'm a fan of hardware.
Mm-hmm.
I like things that I can touch. Somewhat related to the career I'm kind of getting into, which is not directly related to computer information systems.
No, but
I'm going to hopefully be doing like touring live sound for concerts as an audio engineer.
Thing
but it's all digital now, so a lot of it's networking. I mean, from a console to the stage, quite often you're running
because you'll have to like set it up over and over. Probably.
Yeah, you're running just a few Ethernet cables instead of what it used to be, which is thousands of pounds of copper.
Your own signal instead of
or there's a lot of networking involved with the digital consoles wirelessly. Quite often you'll have your own wireless network that you can operate various features from. So there's networking that's applied there, and also it's just a nice thing to have, because I don't want to tour for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
If there's a time to do it, it's now in my 20s. But maybe when I'm 50 and looking at retirement, I don't want to still be on the road. So having a degree like this kind of gives me the opportunity to broaden my horizons.
So you're getting your Emmaus degree so that when you're 50, you get into the workforce. Is that what I'm hearing?
Something like that. No. And honestly, it has evolved so much. My plans have evolved so much over the past 5 years or so, 6 years, that you never know.
You never know.
It could completely change in another year. We'll see.
You really never know.
Looking back on the last 10 years of my life, every plan that I've had didn't happen. So,
I mean, I could have, if I wanted to just get straight into this, I could have just not gotten a bachelor's degree, because many of these jobs don't require something like that. But I wanted to make sure that my options were open. And having a degree, a double major in both computer information systems and biblical studies. The biblical studies is so a lot of people get confused when they hear I've gone to a Bible school. Okay, you're running off to Jesus school. What are you doing? The cool thing about the biblical studies degree is it's applicable to a lot of areas that people don't really realize. And as a believer, we believe that we're supposed to apply biblical truth to every aspect of our lives, and that includes your career. So the better you're able to understand those kinds of principles, the better you're able to apply them to your career. So that's a nice thing to have is that double major aspect.
Yeah.
All right. So moving into our fourth year, which Josh, this is your fourth year, so you get to enjoy that.
I have a full another semester after
we are currently in your senior project.
That's right. This is your senior project.
You built this room as a senior
totally.
project.
Definitely built this room, even though I have no architecture skill.
I have some comments.
Yes.
On the room. No, I'm just kidding.
No, this podcast.
So talking about the senior year. So, we talked about the track is when you start that in your junior year, and then your senior year, you take 2 more track electives, but you also take 2 non-track electives, which helps you get some breadth. And you have 2 classes, systems analysis and design, which kind of prepares you for taking senior project. And in the spring, you have senior project, which is where you're at now. So while we could talk about your favorite class from last semester, let's instead think about as you non-track electives. So Josh, which non-track electives are you taking or have you taken? Why did you choose those ones? Probably because I told you to.
More or less, I just remember...
Follow the plan.
I'm sort of a creature of habit, so that wouldn't surprise me. But I do remember you listing off some and just being like, okay, so what's that? And then kind of weighing out which one is probably going to be better for me. And then ultimately, after kind of picking one of those, more or less, necessarily kind of being like, this is what I told you to do. This is probably what's going to be better for you. Or you think that one's going to be great, but this is what I say.
So did you take certified ethical hacking?
I did.
Okay. Yep. I enjoyed that one.
Yeah. No. Yeah. That was a good one.
Okay. So you'll get to take that as a track elective.
Right. I'm pretty excited about that one.
I'm not sure if it's worth going into stories based on how much time we have left, but that one is a really fun class. Based on trying to hack our teacher because that is the safe target to do, not a company that we could get in trouble for or sued or.
So what do you mean by hack your teacher? Like, what about him?
Well, like trying to.
So hold on, just say that the course, they try and get me to say a certain word or phrase. So they hack into
So it's
my
like
hack into your brain.
We need to go deeper.
No, it's not that at all. Sorry, go ahead, Josh.
No, it's where we try to do whatever we can to learn as much as we can about him. And there is not a whole lot that you can find on the internet because I don't have a social profile except LinkedIn. But no, we try to do whatever we have to do to get information. So we've had people dumpster dive. We've had people peruse his house whenever we have major parties or Super Bowl parties.
Oh my goodness.
One of which is standing outside the door. What else have people done? Because that's more or less what happens.
So one of the first assignments, Josh, if you want to go and let them know, we're wrapping up.
Yeah.
One of the first assignments, I'll tell you because you'll get to be in this class soon. You're given a worksheet of all of this information that you can find about me online, and then you have to fill it in. Things like my name, my birth date, email addresses that I use, my social security number, my bank accounts, things like that. And you get points based on what information you can find on me. Mm-hmm. And so, we've had students do some interesting things. A couple of them, a couple years ago, actually cornered my sister and started asking her all of the pertinent questions to try and get her to answer those questions.
So what if I call your sister, do some social engineering? I could call your sister, tell her you're dead, and we need some information to try to like get inheritance or next of kin kind of things going.
My sister would be very confused as to why you're calling her and not my wife.
Yeah,
well, she's dead too. They're all dead.
Yeah, but Seth.
They wouldn't stay on the phone long enough for you.
Yeah, but Seth, our fun has all been ruined because after the first time he did it, he then I don't know if you said you did it like the first time as well, but like after that he kind of told everyone in his family like, so this is a class I teach. If they try to contact you, don't give them information.
I'm sure by now his sister is a bit confused as to why he dies every year.
A little bit, yeah. But it keeps working.
Does it really? I'm gonna say it better not.
Right.
Okay. So anyway, that gets us through our 4 years at Emmaus, and I think for the sake of time, maybe we'll end it there.
And for the sake of sanity, I just reached for this microphone out of the corner of my eye. I felt like it was a drink.
The subconscious of the Mountain Dew.
It's this one.
It's that.
All
Cool.
right.
Excellent.
So that covers our basis. All right. So anyways,
been a pleasure.
Yep. Thank you for being on the show. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up and click on the button somewhere on the screen. I don't know where I'm putting it to subscribe to the channel to be notified whenever we upload more awesome podcasts and shows like this. And I'll see you guys in the next show. Bye.
Is that your signature thing?
I'm figuring this out.